Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in. Today I'm going to do a quick little video of me putting together a wedding bouquet using dried flowers. So I've got different colored dried flowers there, starting off with some wheat. I didn't really have to do any type of prepping for these. The only thing that I did do was I went through and kind of made sure that the wheat and those little fuzzy things there, I want to call them millet, but I don't know if that's what it is. Made sure that I could easily grab them so I'm not constantly fighting with them, grabbing one piece and dragging along like 12 others. So I just kind of fluffed them out, evened up the tops of them, and that was it on prepping. Everything else was pretty much ready. I also have some dried protea there and some artificial roses too, dried material in pink and in cream color. So I'm starting out with the wheat and intertwining the little fuzzy stuff there. And I'm making a spiral hand-tied bouquet. So as it comes along, you'll kind of see how the bottom stems will spiral out. So everything is gathered at one point right there in my hand, and all flows in the same direction. It just keeps the shape of the bouquet, and it gives it kind of a nicer movement. Also, it can stand up on its own too, and I'll show you at the end. But when doing a hand-tied bouquet, the further down the stems, the bigger the bouquet itself is going to be. So I'm trying to hold it a little bit lower down so I have a bigger opening there to weave my other flowers into. So I chose to go ahead and use those cream colored roses as my focal point. I didn't use all of them. I just thought it looked better with four. And then I'm gonna intertwine my little roses there that are in that kind of mauve pink color. And then I'll work the protea into it as well. One thing I do have to note that with these dried flowers, that wheat was dyed like a blue color and my hand turned completely blue. So just have to be careful if you're the bride putting together a hand-tied bouquet with some dyed flowers. Might want to wear gloves, or make sure that whoever's carrying that bouquet has something in their hands to protect it from getting that same color on their hands, unless you want blue hands or whatever color. So to each their own. So it's more of a gathered kind of garden style bouquet rather than that dome shape that I usually like to make. But I think this type of material fits it pretty nicely. When I'm done, I'm gonna tie it off with a chenille stem there. And I did have to go back through and tie it again. They're kind of slippery stems because they're so dried and smooth. But I just tied it off with a chenille stem, put a little ribbon around it to hide my mechanics, and you're all set. Made it to the end. Thank you so much for tuning in.